I quitted to be a traveler and then I quitted being a traveler. Yes, hi, welcome to another episode of Una Lloradita y Seguimos. Thank you so much for being here once again to have a deep, moving conversation. I really appreciate you're here. And yeah, I really did wanted to bring to this conversation and to this second episode of the podcast the conversation around labels and how, as cliche as this might sound, words do have an impact in our mind, in our energy, and in how we live life. And yeah, I will get to that soon. But yeah, like as you know, I quitted back in 2023 and I quitted because, the dynamics that I was feeling in the corporate industry was something that didn't click with me, was something that I didn't felt connected with, the commonly known as the rat race and like this hustle and this like speed and competition and like this drive to get titles and the best house, the best car, like this fast growing competition that you can find uh, in the corporate industry and like in the script of the traditional life. And then I quit it. That was this was one of the reasons I took that decision. And then I quit to go and live the life of my dreams, which was going and see if traveling and being a traveler was my thing. And then I went, and the first year you have all this dopamine and this excitement, and everything is novelty, and you're just changing places, meeting new people, just simply enjoying. And I did allow myself, thanks to my privilege that I'm so grateful to have. Experienced this amazing year. But then after a year, I was started to slowly feel uncomfortable and like with like something like weighting me down and like feeling like exhausted and like I was kind of performing, so I can call myself a traveler. And then I just start to feel like the same or kind of similar energies or behaviors of the traditional lifestyle script, or like in the corporate that it was like the industry I was in. I was seeing them again here. So I was like, what's going on? It's like, yeah, like I went to a place and I was like, okay, if I'm not moving and checking everything that you can do in this place, as everybody says, I'm not traveling, I'm wasting my life. And as I say in the first episode, like if you're not traveling and moving, you are not happy and you're not living your life to the best. So I was starting to feel this pressure, and it's like, okay, and I need to be moving, like I cannot stop too long in a place. I even got like questioning myself, like, going to Colombia, fuck, why, how? And then it's like, for how long? I cannot stay too long, because if I stay too long in Colombia, and when I say stay too long, it's like a month, 2 months, tops 3 months. If I stay too long, I cannot call myself a traveler. So like I will get anxious because I was coming back to Colombia, like excited but super anxious because I needed to have the plan to continue right away. And then it was like, oh my God, this is so exhausting. And it's like waiting me, it's waiting on me. Like I'm feeling tired and like it feels like performative. I'm like, why? Like I don't want to perform. I want the flowy and the freedom and the lifestyle I was slowly created. And then I also was then feeling like I didn't belong to the travelers community. And like for us as a species, super important to belong to some place, to something that's like really wired in us. So then it's like, okay, I'm the girl that quitted for traveling and now I'm not that. So what the F am I now? So I started to like dive deep into this, and it's like, yeah, like I'm feeling this because yeah, I don't have this kind of drive of traveling super harsh or off the beaten path so I can show I can do it, not in the touristic way, or like I didn't have like this count of countries and like I don't know, like visit all the world countries before 30, which I can no longer do clearly. um so like I didn't have like these motivators and like these dynamics that feel competitive, rush, feel like a ladder. You know what I mean. Hopefully, I'm not saying that's bad or wrong, but like for me, it was feeling again like this competitiveness, like this need to climb up the ladder in the traveler industry. So I was like, like going into a disillusionment of my dream, because it's like it's more of the same. It's more of the same that I say back then. Like I don't want that. Like I'm quitting that. And I was not feeling that in the start of my dream, but now I'm feeling, I'm like, wow, this is just more of the same all over again. Like it doesn't matter where you go, you will have this. So I reach out to friends, like nomads, travelers, even my friends that have a more traditional way of living, just to try to understand like what's going on, because I was like so confused. I was so sad. Like believe me, I was going to a breakup with the fact that I'm not a traveler. Like I was breaking up with traveler word. And it was like, what's going on? Like I was grieving, I was super sad. And with this conversation, that's what when I realized it. Like we will have these dynamics no matter the industry. It's part of our society. It's part of a way of living that it's not mine, but it's part of a way of living. And if you don't work on yourself and allow for that discomfort to challenge you and to make you go inwards and questioning things, even questioning you and how you're behaving and how you are stepping into life, you will fall in the trap of that script. Be it in the corporate world, being in the traveler world, being in the industry or the way of living that you want. You will find it. You will find the label with a script for you to follow. And when I realize that, I say, okay, that's it. I quit being a traveler. I don't want that. That's not for me. That's not what I wanted. I quit not only being a traveler, I quit any label, because what I do and how I do things in life, it's not who I am. It's the actions I do, but it's not who I am. And that small change, yeah, for funny that it sounds, of changing the subject of the Camilla. So the description as traveler, I switch that word for an action, for a verb that is traveling, change it completely everything in how I relate to this. Because at the end of the day, that's my lifestyle, is the way I live life. My lifestyle is traveling. But I am not my travels. They are part of me, but they are not my identity. And yeah, you guys can see it, because I did stop calling myself a traveler, but in fact I haven't stopped traveling. I mean, I'm recording this with one of my most beloved possessions, that is my passport, because it reminds me of beautiful moments and of beautiful trips, and each stamp has a history, like a story behind it. But it's not me. Like this is not me. It doesn't identify me. So yeah, Camila is someone sensitive, empathic, someone warm, light, super, I don't know, like expressive, creative, like love to connect people, love to hold and host spaces, and loves to listen and to talk and to support people and guide people. But I am not my travels. My travels are part of what I do and how I live my life, but it's not me. And I find that so beautifully expansive. And it actually is that. It allows to have a space in your life, because for me, what was happening and what I was feeling, it was like being a traveler mean I had to comply with all this heavy list, and I have to follow things and try to look the same in the way I travel, and it's just like, no, like I lose myself into that. I don't want that. I want for the travels to be part of me, because believe me, I love to travel, and I still have so many destinations that I'm dying to go, and they are in the plans. But it's just I do it my way. I don't do it with the pressure of that label and the script that that label holds. And it also makes me think, like, how do you introduce yourself when you're meeting someone for the first time? Do you say what you do and the titles you have? I know. Let that sink. How you introduce yourself as soon as you're meeting someone. Because for me, I even changed that when I introduce people, because now I know from a couple of years now I don't introduce people by the titles or what they have done and achieved. I introduce people through what I see in them and the feelings I get for them, like what they make me feel. And then I let the person at his own time to say his titles, what they do for work, their achievements, and whatever they want to share. But I don't introduce them anymore through the what they do and how they do it. I introduce them from the who they are and what they make me feel and what I see in them. And I have found that so beautifully, because yeah, we are not what we do. I'm not my travels. I am much more like that than that. My travels are the way I live, as other people decide to live in one place only or in between two bases. My travels are part of my life, as I changed in my bio, because this really did a big change in me. Because, yeah, my life is about having moments of fruit, having moments of explorations. It's a life of seasons, as nature is. And it just freed me from that cage of following a label. And I'm not only saying on the traveler, I'm saying that that was also the reason what I left in 2023. The label behind being a product owner in a corporate industry, and all the script that came with it. It's just a cage. And I can find, like, now I can understand that you can find in any industry that cage if you don't allow yourself to question and to actually feel uncomfortable and allow to be challenged, as hard as it can be. Because believe me, I quitted for that word, for because I wanted to be a traveler without understanding this. And that's part of life, living things so you can widen your perspective and understand a bit more life, if you allow this wisdom to come through you, even if it's hard. And even if I cried out loud and I was like, why? Oh my God, why I'm feeling like this? Like I wanted this. But it's just to understand it, that the way we speak and the way we talk to ourselves does have an impact. So that's what I wanted to share in this episode. So yeah, I'm not longer a traveler, but my lifestyle includes traveling. Traveling is my way of living. That's up to discussion. Is like one of the things that I decided to keep in my life after experiencing it, after going and live it and see, yes, this is what I want for my life. But it's not my definition. And I don't want to fit in and perform for that industry. I just want to, live what I once dreamed as my lifestyle. And I'm so grateful that I'm being able to do it. And that now I understand that if I want to do it, it's on me to keep doing it and how to sustain it. But it doesn't define me. Like, I am not my passport, but I am much more than that. But my passport and my travels are part of that daily life that I live. So I hope you like this small short conversation. I thought it was super nice to bring it, and yeah, just to make us a bit uncomfortable in terms of how we relate to labels and how we do identify ourselves. And to actually, yes, as cliche as it is, words do have an impact in our mind, in our energy, and in how we live. So yeah, before we close, I want to leave you with a question that let's do two deep exhales just to release a bit the energy of the labels that can be in us, and to start to make space for our true identities, to be the main thing for us, and not identify with what we do and what we get, but in what actually is our energy and is what we feel and is what we share in the most subtle ways with the world. So find a comfortable position there. Wiggle a bit your back and your shoulders. If you're driving, don't do this. If you're not, close down your eyes and do a deep inhale through your nose to your belly. And exhale through your mouth. Make the sound just letting go the pressures of the scripts and the labels. Inhaling through your nose to the belly. Expand it as much as you can. And exhale through the mouth. Letting go. Wiggle a bit more the shoulders. We just taking that weight off. And yeah, before we leave, what label are you carrying and you don't want to, you don't need to? For what label are you performing? Thank you for coming to this conversation. I hope to see you in the next episode. It's going to be another topic, super nice, around dreams and grieving dreams. Really connected to this one, but it will move a bit more our emotions. At least for me, it's a really emotional episode. And I hope to see you there. And please do comment me what you feel about labels, what's happened with labels. Am I the only one that labels herself so easily? Or you're something that you have also experienced? So yeah, let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye.